Hey guys, this is Chris, Tabletop Sports Delaware, and we are wishing IDJESTER a happy birthday today. Being a huge Cardinal fan that he is, I'm going to play some Stratomatic Baseball, a game this evening between two squads. We're going to pit 68, led by Bob Gibson, against 2015, the 100-win squad that couldn't quite get out of the National League semis against the Cubs. They won the first game, lost the next three. But they were a great team nonetheless. I've played with them a few times. Really enjoy playing with them. So I figured this is going to be a good matchup. Let's go through the lineups and we will play some baseball. For the 68 team, visiting. Left fielder Luke Brock leads off. Julian Javier, second baseman, batting second. Kurt Flood in center, batting third. Cleanup, Mike Shannon, hot corner man. Baby Bull, first baseman, batting fifth. Orlando Cepeda. Right fielder Roger Maris batting sixth. Tim McCarver, catcher. He'll be batting seventh. In the eighth slot is going to be Dow Maxville, shortstop. And Bob Gibson, of course, is starting for the 68 team, so he'll be batting ninth. The 2015 squad, leadoff batter, right fielder Jason Hayward. Colton Wong, second baseman, batting second. Stephen Piscotty will be in left field. He'll bat third. Hot corner man Matt Carpenter, cleanup. Randall Grichuk will be in straightaway center. He'll be batting fifth. Shortstop Johnny Peralta in the sixth slot. Mark Reynolds, first baseman, batting seventh. Yachty is going to be batting eighth. And starting for the 2015 squad will be John Lackey. He will bat in ninth. Happy birthday, IDJ! Let's get some baseball going on a Friday evening. All right, here we go. Leadoff is Lou Brock. John Lackey is set. Here's the windup. The pitch. That's going to be a 1-8 fly ball to right field. Hayward drifts in underneath it and makes the catch. That is out number one. Julian Javier comes to the plate. Lackey sends in the pitch. 5-4, strikes him out. First two batters down for the 68 team. Kurt Flood comes to the plate. 301 batter in 1968. A little bit of speed. 5-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Grichuk drifts underneath it, calls off Piscotty, makes the catch. 1-2-3 goes the 68 team. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first. Cardinals are tied with the Cardinals. Go figure. Bob Gibson bringing that monster 112 ERA against this 100-win team. Let's see how this goes. Jason Hayward leading off. Gibson kicks, fires, 2-5, and right off, Hayward leads off with a double. So 2015 squad off to a good start. Man on second in scoring position. None out, bottom of the first scoreless game. Colton Wong. Gibson with the pitch, 3-11, hard ground ball to first. That is going to, it's going to go to Cepeda. He is able to check Hayward at second, gets it to Javier covering. So that's going to be one out. Hayward still on second base. Stephen Piscotty comes to the plate. Gibson with the pitch, 6-10, hard ground ball hit to second base. No chance for Javier to check Hayward. He's going to third. Gets it over to Cepeda. Piscotty is out. That is two away. Man on third. Matt Carpenter comes to the plate. Bob Gibson gets the signs in from McCarver. He kicks. He fires 2-7, and Carpenter sits on the 3-1. Gets a walk. Randall Grichuk now to the plate. Men at the corners. 15 threatening to score. Gibson looking to close it down. 3-9 strikeout, Bob Gibson. So the 2015 squad threatens, but they are not able to plate any runs. Scoreless, we go to the top of the second. Yeah, come here. And John Lackey back on the hill for the 2015 squad. He will face the heart of the 68 order in Mike Shannon, Orlando Cepeda, and Roger Maris. Shannon set to go. Lackey with the pitch, 4-4 fly ball to center field. That's going to be to Grichuk. He is a 3 with an 18. Roll it again. 3 with a 10. Gets underneath it, makes the catch. Randall Grichuk. One away. Orlando Cepeda. Lackey. Here's the pitch. 3, 5, and Cepeda works a walk. Gets us to Roger Maris, man on. 1 out. Top of the second, scoreless game. Lackey with the pitch. 2-7 hard ground ball hit to third base. And it is to Carpenter. He is able to get the ball to Wong to get Cepeda at second. No play for Maris at first. 5-4 on Cepeda. That is going to be 2 outs. Maris is on first base. Tim McCarver comes to the plate. Lackey gets the signs in from Yachty. Mr. Molina himself. One of my favorite catchers of all time. Here comes the pitch. 3, 5, and that's a base hit for McCarver. That is going to move Maris around second. And Dow Maxville comes to the plate. 2 out, 2 on. Scoreless game, top of the second. Here's the pitch. 3, 8, and that is a base hit. And Maris is rounding third. He is going to score. Tim McCarver comes into third. RBI single for Dow Maxville, and the 68 squad is up 1-0. 2 outs, men at the corners. John Lackey facing Bob Gibson. Here comes the pitch to Gibson. 5-7, and that's going to be popped up on the left side. Matt Carpenter gets underneath it. He calls off Lackey, makes the catch for out number 3. But the 1968 squad does score a run, so we have a 1-0 ball game Cardinals. Who knew? 1968 ahead of 2015. We get to the bottom of the second inning, and Bob Gibson is getting ready to face Johnny Peralta, Mark Reynolds, and Yadier Molina. So here we go. Peralta's at bat. Bob Gibson gets the signs in from McCarver. He is set. Rocks and fires. 6-7 hard ground ball hit to shortstop. And that will be, Maxville is a 2 with a 9. He boots it. Maxville boots it. E6. Boffo Maxville. Bad Maxville. Little error thingy there. Man on first. Mark Reynolds comes to the plate. Gibson is set. Looks over to first to keep Peralta honest. Not a threat to steal, he. Gibson with the pitch to Reynolds. 6-6. Fly ball to center field. Back goes Kurt Flood. Drifting over towards right. Maris, he calls Maris off. Makes the catch himself. Gets the ball in. Peralta retreats back to first. 1 away. Brings up Yadier Molina. Facing Gibson. Man on first and Peralta. 1-0 68 team. Here bottom of the second. 15 at bat. 5-6, and Gibson mows down Molina. That is out number 2. Swinging at the knee cheese. John Lackey's up, using his number 1 pitcher's hitting card. Gibson with the pitch. 3-10, hard ground ball hit on the left side. Fielded cleanly by Mike Shannon. Gets it over to Baby Bull. 5-3 ground ball for those of you scoring at home for out number 3. And if you're not scoring at home, you should be. We have a 1-0 ball game going back to the top of the order for the 68 club, which is leading. Top of the third. John Lackey back on the hill for the 15 iteration of the Cardinals. 2015, that is. Lou Brock, leadoff batter, leadoff for the inning. Lackey with the pitch, 1-6 hard ground ball hit to short. Johnny Peralta fields it cleanly. Crisp throw over to Mark Reynolds. That's out number 1. Julian Javier now, second baseman. Lackey with the pitch, 5-5, and catches him swinging at some high cheese. That is out number 2. Zips a fastball right by his shoulders, and Javier was looking for it a little bit lower. Kurt Flood, 2 outs. Center fielder facing Lackey. Here's the pitch. 3-11 hard ground ball ripped at Carpenter. Comes up with it, gets it over to Reynolds for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the 1968 Cardinals in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third for the 2015 Cardinals. Bob Gibson set to take the hill once more. for the 1968 Cardinals. Jason Hayward back to the top of the order for both teams in the third here. Right fielder set to take Gibson's pitch. 6-3 ground ball down the right side, down the first base line, fielded there by Cepeda, and Cepeda is able to step on the bag, forcing Hayward for out number 1. Colton Wong comes to the plate. Gibson is set. Here comes the pitch. 6-9, and catches Wong looking at a curveball outside in the zone. Wong didn't like the call, but that is strike 3 nonetheless. 2 down. Third strikeout for Gibson. We're going to mark that. Stephen Piscotty set. Gibson fires, and Piscotty hits it a long fly ball to right field. Back goes Roger Maris over towards the foul line. Makes the catch. So 1, 2, 3 go the 2015 Cardinals. Dinky, a dinky. That's going to take us to the top of the fourth. 1-0, 1968. The Team Gibson and Team Lackey. There we go. Team Gibson is up 1-0. Mike Shannon now. Third sacker for the 68 Cardinals facing John Lackey. Top of the fourth. 2-8. Hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Johnny Peralta fields it and pumps it over to Mark Reynolds for out number 1. Going to bring us to Baby Bull Orlando Cepeda facing Lackey. 4-8. Misses a skinny split. That is a single into right. So Cepeda, his second time on base, walked earlier. And now Roger Maris, who grounded to third his last time up. 1 out, 1 on, 1-0, top of the fourth. Lackey pitches to Maris. 3-7. Skinny single split, misses it. Hard line drive down the right side, and Reynolds gets his glove on it. So that is 2 away. Tim McCarver comes to the plate. Singled his last time up. Facing Lackey. 6-6. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Weakly hit. Grichuk comes in on a jog. Makes the catch. And that's going to end the top of the fourth. No runs plated by the 1968 team. But they do lead 1-0. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Bob Gibson. Team Gibson is leading. Matt Carpenter is going to be the first batter. Heart of the order is up. Carpenter, Grichuk, and Peralta. Bob Gibson is set. Gets the signs from McCarver. Sets and fires. 3-7 and strikes Carpenter out. One little pip away from a home run there, for those of you who saw that. Randall Grichuk now, 1 out, bottom of the fourth, 1-run game. Gibson with the pitch, 6-4, fly ball to center field. Back goes Kurt Flood. That is a 1 with a 3. He gets underneath it. He makes the catch. That's going to be out number 2. Johnny Peralta is set, the shortstop. 6th batter in the order. 2 away, 6-9, and Gibson strikes him out. Strikeout number 5 for Bob Gibson. 2015 Cardinals are scoreless after 4. They trail 1-0 to the 1968 squad. John Lackey back up on the hill. His 2015 team takes the field. Dow Maxville will lead this off for the 68 squad, to be followed by Bob Gibson and then Lou Brock. Maxville set to go. The pitch, 2-6, and Lackey strikes him out. No RBI single this time. 1 away, Gibson at the plate. Lackey with the pitch, 6-3, fly ball, weakly hit to left field. That's going to be Stephen Piscotty. 3 with a 4, and he drops the ball out of his glove. Gibson rounding, gets to second base. And that was Grichuk, wasn't it? 6-3. No, left field. Piscotty. E7. Wrong number. Piscotty with the error. Piscotty with the boffo. bad Piscotti. Lou Brock, man on first. Oh, he was safe at second. Gibson was. Man on second. 1 out. Top of the 5th. Brock set. Lackey pitches. 6-10. Hard ground ball hit to third. Carpenter is a 3 with a 14. And Carpenter with a throwing error. He draws Reynolds off the bag. E5, men at the corners. No earned runs possible now in this inning. John Lackey hoping for a ground ball with Julian Javier here. And get the cards to separate. A lot of hand washing at work. Fingers are dry. Javier is set. Lackey with the pitch. 6-10 hard ground ball hit to Carpenter again. 3-17 and another error. And that is going to allow Gibson to score. Doink. Doink. Gibson scores. 1968 is ahead 2-0. Men at first and second. 1 out. Kurt Flood. Lackey struggling here in the fifth. Not really struggling. And it's a hard ground ball hit again to Carpenter. 11. This one. Run or more batter is safe. Runner on first, out going to second. So he is able to get it to Wong to force Javier at second. 5-4. That's going to move Brock to third. Flood takes first on a fielder's choice. That is an unearned run. 2 outs, men at the corners. Mike Shannon comes to the plate for the Cardinals. Here comes the pitch from Lackey. 4-7 hard ground ball hit to Colton Wong at second. That's a 2 with an 8. Scoops it up. Gets it over to Reynolds for out number 3. Another run scored by the 1968 team, and those Cardinals are ahead 2-0. So that's going to take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. 7th inning stretch. You all are going to join me in our special rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You have to sing it out loud, because whenever you sing it, someone's going to get positive waves, Moriarty. That's right, IDJ. Happy birthday, IDJESTER. This is your birthday Cardinals showdown. All right, bottom of the order up for the 15 squad. Mark Reynolds, Yadier Molina, and John Lackey facing Gibson. Here's the pitch from Gibson. 6-2 hard ground ball back to the box. Gibson fields it cleanly. Gets it over to Cepeda for out number 1. Retires Mark Reynolds. Yadier Molina to the plate. 3-7. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to left field. Lou Brock tracking underneath it. Waves everybody off. Puts his glove up. Makes the catch. That is out number 2. John Lackey is set to go. 2 outs. Gibson with the pitch. 1-9, and that's a strikeout. Froze him with the curveball down through the zone, but it caught it, and he was called for strike 3. So 1, 2, 3. That is actually the last 12 Cardinals from 2015 in a row retired by Bob Gibson. Oh, his card's right there. Duh. Gibson has retired the last 12 2015 Cardinals in a row. John Lackey has been having decent success, but let's see. We didn't put any of those other errors there. Poor little Matt Carpenter. Boffo. Yeah, John Lackey had a word with Matt Carpenter in the dugout. Carpenter shaking it off. He's not worried about it. He knows he's okay. Lackey's going to face here in the top of the 6th. Cepeda, Maris, and McCarver. Pitch to Orlando Cepeda. 3-9 fly ball to center field. Randall Grichuk drifting in. Calls off Peralta on the high fly ball. Makes the catch. That's 1 away. Roger Maris now at the plate. John Lackey with the pitch. 4-6 and strikes him out. Maris with a Herculean swing, hoping to get that ball to go over the right field fence. Not to be. 2 outs, Tim McCarver. 2-0 game for the 1968 team. Here comes the pitch. 1-3 hard ground ball hit to second base. Colton Wong comes up with it. Sharp frozen rope throw over to Mark Reynolds for out number 3. And 1-2-3 goes the 1968 squad. So that puts our score 2-0 still. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Remember, 7th inning stretch, you're going to join me in singing a cool little version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. You must sing it with me. But it's okay. You'll catch on quickly. Jason Hayward, back to the top of the order for the 2015 squad. Third time through the lineup, coming up, Bob Gibson with the pitch. 3-6, strikes him out. That is strikeout number 7 for Bob Gibson. Colton Wong, second baseman. 1 away, down 2 runs, 1-7. Hard ground ball hits a third. Mike Shannon scoops it up, pumps it over to Cepeda for out number 2. Going to bring up Stephen Piscotty, left fielder for the 2015 team. He has grounded to second and flown to right. Gibson with the pitch. 4-8, strikes him out. Strikeout number 8 in 6 innings for Bob Gibson. No runs scored. We go to the top of the 7th. And it's coming up. It's coming up. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? John Lackey facing Dow Maxville. Then Bob Gibson, then Lou Brock. Going through the bottom of the order and swinging back to the top. Lackey with the pitch to Maxville. 5-5, strikes him out. Lackey having a good evening of his own. 2, 3, 4. That's his 5th K. Bob Gibson at the plate. He has popped up on the left side and hit a ball into left field, resulting in an error, a 2-base error. Here comes the pitch. 2-5. Misses the split. Hard liner up the middle. Wong outstretched, dives, and grabs it. Beautiful catch. That's going to bring us to Lou Brock. 2 outs, 2-0 game for 1968. Top of the 7th, 4-7. Hard ground ball hits a second. Wong is a 2 with a 2, and it gets through into center field. That's going to be a base hit for Lou Brock. He's kind of been waiting for that. Lou Brock is 2 outs. He's not going to steal. He's not going to steal. Julian Javier looking to get Brock around. Lackey with the pitch. 3-8. Fly ball to left field. Stephen Piscotty moves back a couple of steps. Moves another step to his right and makes the catch and squeezes his glove. That's going to be the end of the top of the 7th inning. No runs plated. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and ladies and gentlemen, if you would please direct your attention to the scoreboard in center field and sing along this Take Me Out to the Ball Game, this special edition. Happy birthday, IDJESTER. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, IDJESTER. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, brother. We all love you, man. Yeah, it wasn't the 7th inning. It wasn't Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but I decided I was going to do that hours ago. Happy birthday, dude. Bottom of the 7th, 2015 squad is at the plate and blocking their portion of the scoreboard so we can't write down what they do. Bob Gibson on the hill, large and in charge. Retired the last 2015 Cardinals in a row. Carpenter looking to break that and get on the scoreboard. 3-6, and he's going to do that with an extra base hit. Double for Matt Carpenter. He's been rolling that 3 column. This time it pays off. Man on second. Bob Gibson facing Randall Grichuk. 2-0 ball game. Bottom of the 7th. Gibson with the pitch. 5-10, and that'll be a hard ground ball. Hit to our favorite Mike Shannon, 2 within 11, and that's an error for Shannon. E5, that's going to get Carpenter to third. More than just a couple of errors in this ball game. Not the most cleanly fielded of games. Men at the corners. Nobody out. Infield is not going to come in. They're going to give up the run. Go for the double play. 5-3, hoping so anyway. Ground ball back to the box. 2 with a 5, and Gibson only with enough time to get over to first to get Peralta. That is going to score Carpenter. And that is going to allow Grichuk to make it to second. It's a 2-1 ball game, 1 out, man in scoring position. Mark Reynolds set to go. Here's the pitch from Gibson, and Gibson issues the walk. That might have been kind of on purpose. Yadier Molina comes up. He's got a ground ball lay or two in there. Here comes the pitch. 3-4, ground ball hit to third base, and sure enough, Shannon is able to wheel it around to Javier onto Cepeda. 5-4-3 ends the inning. But the 2015 squad does score a run. 2-1 ball game. We're going to go to the top of the 8th. And John Lackey is coming out for the 8th inning. We'll see what happens on that front shortly. Power portion of the lineup, if you want to call it that, for the 1968 squad. Kurt Flood, Mike Shannon, Baby Bull. Lackey with the pitch to Flood. 1-6, hard ground ball hit to third. Carpenter comes up with it, gets it over to Mark Reynolds. Cleanly played, out number 1. Mike Shannon now is flown to center, grounded to short, grounded to second, facing John Lackey. 1 out, 2-1, 68 club. Top of the 8th, 5-8, fly ball to left field. Stephen Piscotty gets underneath it, and he makes that catch. 2 away, Orlando Cepeda, Baby Bull, first baseman. Lackey with the pitch. 5-7, pops it up on the left side. Towering pop-up. Carpenter able to nestle underneath it. Routine work of that pop-up, and that is 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th for the 1968 club. 2-1, we go to the bottom of the inning. And Bob Gibson back on the hill. No reason why not. He will be facing John Lackey. Will he be facing John Lackey? I really don't think he will. I think he'll be facing somebody else. What the heck is he doing in there? Justin Turner was not a Cardinal. He's a Dodger. It says so on his card. I got those mixed up with my Chris Squared Baseball League replay there. I do believe we are going for Matt Holliday. You go there. You go there. I'll make you pretty. Write in a couple of housekeeping notes, and we'll get this going. Holliday. Pinch hitter. 10D. Facing Bob Gibson. Bottom of the 8th, 2-1 ball game. Here we go. Gibson with the pitch. 6-5. Fly ball to right field. Maris gets underneath it. Settles in for the catch. That's out number 1. Back to the top of the order. Jason Hayward. Right fielder. Here's the pitch from Gibson. 4-5. Swinging at the knee cheese. That is Gibson's 8th. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Colton Long. Here's the pitch from Gibson. 5-10 hard ground ball hit to third. That's going to be Shannon. 2 with a 3. Scoops it up. Gets it over to Cepeda for out number 3. And that's going to take us to the 9th inning. 1968 squad gets a crack to add an insurance run or 2 with the bottom of the order coming up. Lackey is out of this game. He went 8. New pitcher will start right there. And I'm thinking, as I'm apt to do from time to time, I'm thinking Trevor Rosenthal. Bring him in. Let's do this. Rosenthal. Alrighty. Trevor Rosenthal is going to be facing Roger Maris, Tim McCarver, and Dow Maxville for the 1968 club. Top of the ninth. They are up 2-1. Lackey is done for the evening. Here we go. Rosenthal is set. Here comes the windup. The pitch to Roger Maris. 5-8. Strikes him out. That is one away. Tim McCarver is set. Rosenthal with a pitch. 5-11. Fly ball to left field. Piscotti gets underneath it. 3 with a 4. And that is an error on Piscotti again. And McCarver makes it to second. E7, and actually that's where I should have wrote that, because it was a 2-base error. Piscotti with another Boffo. Bad Piscotti. Well, sounds like talking about bad pasta or something. Dow Maxville, man on second, 1 out, top of the ninth, 1-run ball game for his club, the 1968 team. Rosenthal with the pitch, 3-6, and that'll be a walk issued to Maxville. Gibson is going to bat. Gibson is going to bunt. That is an 8. Lays it down the right side. Reynolds charging in. Spins around. Fires at the wall and covering. So that is 2 outs. However, he's going to advance to runners. McCarver to third. Maxville to second. Takes us back to the top of the order. Trevor Rosenthal looking to close this down. Lou Brock at the plate. Here comes the pitch, and that is a 4-3. Hard ground ball hits a shortstop. Peralta, 3 with an 8, comes up with it, gets it over to Mark Reynolds. Out number 3, and it is down to the bottom of the ninth. Whether the 2015 club can come out victorious in this, I suppose you could call it an inter-squad game, separated by about 47 years. But inter-squad nonetheless. Bob Gibson coming out to see this through. Happy birthday, IDJ. Bob Gibson. He is facing, in this inning, Stephen Piscotti, Matt Carpenter, Randall Grichuk. Piscotti comes out. A couple of warm-up slices. Gibson is set. Gets the sign in from McCarver. Shakes off the first one. Takes the second one. Straightens up, stretches, and pitches. 2-10. Hard ground ball hit to Maxville at short. Double step over to Cepeda for out number 1. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Matt Carpenter, third baseman, comes up, knocks the dirt from his cleats. Couple of warm-up swings. Gibson likes what he sees, straightens himself up, raises his glove hand to get his sleeve up a little higher on his arm. Here comes the windup. The pitch, 5-5, and that is going to be a single into left. Carpenter is on base. 1 base runner for the 2015 team. Randall Grichuk comes to the plate. Bob Gibson looking over to Carpenter to keep him honest. He's not much of a threat to steal. Looks into McCarver. Gets the signs. Grichuk is set in his stance. Gibson with the pitch. 3-10. Hard ground ball hit to short. Maxville fires to Javier to get Carpenter on to first to Cepeda. Grichuk is out. 6-4-3 ends the game in a classic pitcher's duel. Fantastic game. We've been rolling some good games here this week. It's very encouraging, I might say. Nothing scored there. Your final, the 1968 St. Louis Cardinals 2. The 2015 St. Louis Cardinals 1. Winning pitcher Bob Gibson. Losing pitcher is John Lackey. Gibson went the distance, struck out 8. Gave up 1 run in the 7th inning. Matt Carpenter with a double. 2 plays later, Johnny Peralta grounds him in. Roger Maris scored in the 2nd. Reached first on a fielder's choice. 2 batters later, Dow Maxville drove him in. RBI single. And then a really odd run scored for the Cardinals in the top of the 5th. After 1 out, Bob Gibson makes it to second on a 2-base error by Stephen Piscotti. Then a 1-base error by Matt Carpenter. Gets Brock on, moves Gibson to third, followed by yet another error by Carpenter, which allows Brock to second and Gibson to score. And then Carpenter gets his head out of his rear and gets Javier going to second in a fielder's choice by Kurt Flood, and then Mike Shannon comes in, grounds to second to end that inning. Fantastic game. Great game. Great pitching duel. I love playing this game. I really do. I love playing baseball. I like making baseball videos. I've been away from it for a while, and now that I'm back, I'm into it pretty good. Today, I've realized that I really, it's not so much that I like Stratomatic more than the others, so much as I am so familiar with Stratomatic. In order for me to be able to call the kind of game that I know I'm able to call, I need to have all the technical crap out of the way. I know Stratomatic like the back of my hand, and knowing the game that well allows me to call the games. Like, yeah, I know I fumble it every once in a while, but I really like having something that you guys can listen to while you're doing something else. So I went ahead and I've ordered some more cards. As you can see, I've got anyway already, and I am going to be revisiting this 1961 80s Diamond Set A and B, all the old timers teams from 05 to 76, Negro League All-Stars Hall of Fame set 2016, 1991, 15, 80, and 82, and I've got 79 and 1960 up there. Today I ordered the 70s Diamond sets. I ordered 67, Yastrzemski's Triple Crown, 63, Sandy Koufax, and not his best year either, but a really good one. Dodgers swept the Yankees in the series that year. 62, Casey Stengel manages the Mets, and Richie Ashburn gets the heck out of Dodge. And also 1957. I know that was a good year for the Braves. Eddie Matthews, Hank Aaron, Joe Adcock, Spawn Insane, Pray for Rain. So I've got some good 60s, 70s, and a 1950s set. That's really, as far as what I like to play, my sweet spot of baseball. I love dead ball. Don't get me wrong, I'm a dead ball guy. But if I'm going to play more modern ball, 50s, 60s, 70s, I really, really like it. So that's why I ordered those. I don't follow current baseball. I don't know most of the current players. I grew up following baseball starting in 1979 with We Are Family and through the 80s, so I know those players. But I really enjoy playing the 60s and 70s, I really do, and late 50s. So those are the cards I'm going to start to concentrate on. And if I'm going to make videos, it's going to be in Stratomatic, because I like calling the game. As much as I like playing the game, I like calling the game. And if I've got Stratomatic on the table, I don't have to worry about the game. I know how to play the game. I can do it blindfolded, one hand tied behind my back, both hands tied behind my back, because I can nose the app on my phone and roll the dice. And it frees me up to be able to call the game better than I would be able to with APBA. I'd probably be able to do decent. I've done it with payoff pitch and inside pitch, but there's a lot more involved, and though I know how to play those games, I don't have the facility with those games like I do with Stratomatic. So that is kind of what's coming up on the channel also. And the great big IDJ, happy birthday, brother. This one's for you. Hope you enjoyed the game. Hope all of you enjoyed the game as much as I enjoyed playing it. Guys, this is Chris with Tabletop Sports Delaware. Friday evening. Keep your shoes on. Keep on rolling. Thanks, guys. What?